Hello everybody, welcome back to Fascial training for knee pain. Today is session 2. Hope that your knee is better after session 1. Do remember to do it for 2 to 3 times a week and be patient with your exercise program. Now if your knees have gotten better, let's progress to session 2 together with me today. So what do you need for today's session? You need a rack weight that is not more than 3 kg. So try to keep it as light as possible. And you also need a mini roll for today's session. If it doesn't have a mini roll, that's okay. You can use a water bottle and a foam roller. So again, if it doesn't have foam roller, that's okay. You can use a water bottle to replace the foam roller. Yoga mat to get down on the floor. And today we also need a stable chair for the training program. Okay, today session will be a little bit similar from last week. We still need to work the muscles around the knee joint area, which is your front thigh muscle, which is your quadricep muscle, your hamstring, which is your back thigh muscle, your glute muscle, your buttock muscle that connect to your ITB band that cross below the knee joint, and also your inner thigh muscle and calf muscle as well. So if you have all these ready, we're going to get ready for the workout session. So first we start off with fascial roll out using the foam roller and followed by strengthening exercise, and last we'll finish it up with fascial stretch. Good. Let's start with a mini roll. We're going to work the bottom of your feet. Okay, your plantar. So I'm going to place your mini roll or your water bottle on the floor. Make sure you have a yoga mat on the floor so that it stays better when you do your roll. So place your foot, the ball of your foot on the mini roll or the bottle, and you roll through from here, through and through, and make sure you tilt a little bit toward to the lateral side and also inside. Okay, the outside and the inside of the foot when you do the roll. Of course, if you prefer to use a ball or maybe a golf ball, yes, you can do so as well. So do a 1 minute roll and then you get down to your calf. You can use the foam roller for your calf muscles. If it doesn't have a foam roller, you still can carry on with your water bottle. So place the foot, your legs, your Achilles tendons on top of the foam roller and you're going to roll all the way up to the back, towards the back of your knees. Now, fascial roll, you need to rotate. Okay, so I'm going to roll forward and backward by rotating your legs for your calf. Now, make sure your ankle is completely relaxed. Water bottle, do the same thing. Okay, for 1 minute. And you'll go all the way up to the hamstring. At the bottom, the back of your knee, you roll all the way up to your sit bone. So support and push your body weight up and you roll through it. Again, you need to turn your legs inward and upward. Same goes to using the mini roll or the water bottle. Okay, so do a 1 minute roll and you get down to your glute muscle, which is your buttock muscle. Sit on a foam roller. Lean over to the side that you want to massage, and you do a figure 4 and you walk through there. Now if it doesn't have a foam roller, you can actually replace it by using a tennis ball. And you can go really deep into your glute. So you're down with the glute, you can actually go sideways to work your ITB. So you lean on your sideways, and from the top of your hip, you roll all the way down to the side of your knee, and you walk all the way up again. Okay, now for those who doesn't have a foam roller, you can actually use a mini roll or a bottle to work on it in this way. Okay, so you just have to apply some pressure when you do the roll for your ITB band. Next will be your adductor, your inner thigh muscle. Lie down and keep the foam roller at the side of the groin area so your leg will turn out. So you have an upward rotation at the hip mirror, and you're going to walk through all the way to the side of the knee and all the way up to the hip joint. You just need to walk side to side. Now for those who doesn't have a foam roller, again, you can use a water bottle in a seated position, apply pressure, and you walk all the way up in this way. So do it for 1 minute. Your quadriceps, front thigh muscle. In the prone position, so again, you can walk up and then walk down for your quadriceps. For those who doesn't have a foam roller and you're going to use your water bottle, so it's a little bit different. You're going to place the foam roller on your water bottle right at the bottom, and the knee closer to the knee, and you do a knee flexion. And then you walk up, and you do a knee flexion, and you go up a little bit more and do your knee flexion until the water comes all the way up to the top of your quadricep, which is close to the hip joint area. Good, so everything will be done, okay, all the roller will be done for 1 minute. So when you finish all the fascial roll, I'm going to put this away and we're going to get ready for the strengthening exercise. Now the strengthening exercise requires a chair. In a seated position for the quadriceps. Okay, you can do it without any weight if you find that putting on a weight will cause some pain on you. But if you're getting better, just tie the weight around the ankle. If it doesn't have weight, you can actually use resistant band or without weight, doesn't matter. Okay, sit up tall, chest up, make sure you are always in the proper position and proper body alignment before you start any exercise program. So keep your feet apart, okay? So you're going to take a knee up. So you flex the hip, do a knee up, and followed by a knee extension, and then you lower down. For some of you have difficulty doing knee extension, or when you're doing a knee extension, when you scan your leg or you bend your knee, you have pain, you can actually keep your legs straight without any knee flexion and extension, and you do a hip flexion here. So do it for about 12 to 15 repetitions, and do it for 2 to 3 sets. Good, so down with that, so I'm going to take up the weight first. Good, you can also do a squat from here if you're ready. For those who find that squatting is a bit difficult for you and you still have a lot of pain, then you will do the knee extension, the hip flexion and knee extension using the weight. If you're okay and you can actually do a squat by using a chair, go ahead. If you can't, you can skip this step out exercise. All you need to do is cross your hand in front of you so your body is upright, legs apart. Shift your body weight a little bit toward to the front so your body is in the neutral position. Inhale, exhale, and push your body weight up and you sit again. Do it for 12 to 15 repetitions. Good. So we're done with that, and I'm going to go into my hip, my glute muscle. Seated position, chest up, keep your stomach tight. So take your leg out and do an AB abduction of the hip joint, and then you bring it in. So open and close, open and close. You will still feel your quadricep muscle working hard. At the same time, you are also working the side of your hip, which is actually your gluteus medius muscle. If you're alright, you can actually stand up, balance yourself, hold on to the chair if you need to, transfer your body weight to the other leg. So your supporting knee should be slightly bent, body should be straight, and you do a side leg lift. Now what you need to take note is, when you do your side leg lift, your body shouldn't look like this. Okay, so your body should be stabilized. There's no other part of your body is moving except your hip joint. So if you do it correctly, you will realize that you will not be able to lift your legs very high up. And you should feel a lot of contraction from the side of your hip. So either you do it in a seated position or you do it in an upright position. Next will be your hamstring muscle, your back thigh muscle. Balance and support yourself, upright position. Keep one leg behind so your toe is on the floor, but your heel is not. Your heel should be lifted up, only your toe touches the floor. Supporting knee should be slightly bent. Contract your abs, body straight up, and keep the hip behind. So there is a hip extension, so make sure you lock this part here so you're not moving the hip in this position here. Flex your knee and bring the heel up, and then you lower down your legs. What you need to take note is avoid this movement. Take a look at my leg. So the knee is moving forward, that is wrong. So I need you to keep the knee behind the front leg. So lock the hip joint and movement come from your knee joint. So do it for 12 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets for your hamstring muscles. The next one will be your calf muscle. Let me take this up first. So balance yourself by supporting yourself by holding onto the chair. Hip width position, body straight up and lift your heel up, and then you lower down your heel. So you're doing a heel raise. Now if you find that this is too easy for you, you can actually lift up one leg and then you lift your heel off from the floor. Now your calf is a very strong muscle. You will be able to lift at least 3 times to 5 times of your body weight. Yeah, so one leg lifting up is good, but if you can't, that is okay. You can just do it with 2 legs on the floor. So both feet should be flat on the floor when you do it. Do it for 12 to 15 repetitions and 2 to 3 sets as well. So we're done with all the strengthening exercises and we'll go into our stretches. So the stretch for your calf muscle, hold on to something, step back and press the heel down to the floor. And you should feel the stretch from your calf muscle. Now for fascial stretch, we usually add about. So you press down. So a small little movement, heel up, heel down, and bounce and turn your legs out. And come back to the center and turn over to the other side. And come back to the center. So there's some rotation of your ankle joint. So you press and rotate at the same time. So do it for about 1 minute for your calf stretch. Next one will be your hamstring muscle. So you can do it in a seated position again. Sit up tall, keeping one leg in front of you. Chest up and bring your belly button down to your thigh. So in this position here, when you come to a deep stretch, you add a small little bounce. Now when you bounce, I need you to turn your body to the side. Do not place your hand on the knee joint, and then come back to the center, and then over to the other side, and come back to the center. So do it for 1 minute. Now for those who are okay and you're flexible enough, you can actually place the legs on the chair. So in this position here, lower down your body and then you add a bounce. You turn your body and come back in the midline and then over to the other side. So you keep turning and come back to the center. So do it for 1 minute. That's for your hamstring. Good. Next will be your glute muscle, your buttock muscle. Cross your leg in a figure 4 position, chest up again. Look for your belly button and bring your belly button down to your calf. So when you hit the end ring stretch from here, you add a small little bounce. So hold on to the chair at the side to balance yourself if you need to. Now turn your body towards the side and come back to the center and over to the other side. So you keep repeating the movement for about 1 minute. and then you can go on to the next muscle group. The next one will be your ITB band. So I'm going to work my left leg, so I'll put my left leg toward to the back, so I cross it behind, and the front leg should be slightly bent, the knee should be bent, and you push your hip toward to the lateral side. Now when you push your hip out toward to the lateral side, you already start to feel the stretch right at the side. So after you push it toward the side, you add in a strong lateral flexion and raise your hand all the way up as high as you can. So imagine someone is pulling you away and you add a bounce. And if you look at my hand, when I do my bounce, I do an inward and outward rotation as well. Now you can actually look up and rotate downward and come back to the center and up again and come back to the center. So do this for 1 minute. Next will be your quadricep. Make sure your chair is actually against the wall. To make sure that the chair is more stable. So what I need you to do is place your knee on the chair and your torso will be at the back of the chair. So you'll be in this position. So that will be knee flexion and hip extension here. Now tilt your hip to the front. You do an posterior tilt, body straight up and up. And push your hip forward and then you lean to the side. You add a bounce. So you have your hip flexible, you have your quadricep. So you think that you're okay, you're flexible enough. So in the upright position, you actually lean back just a little bit. So you move backward, so you go into a deeper stretch of your quadricep muscle. Good. So do it for 1 minute as well. Good. So we're done with the fascial rollout, the strengthening, and also the fascial stretch. I hope that you have learned something today, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you.